back into the shower. It's been a couple of days, maybe about a week or so, since we glued down the shower drain, and we've just come back from the tiling place, and these are our tiles if you want to have a squiz. So we have opted in for these, I think they're 1 inch by 1 inch hexagon mosaic tiles. So in a wet room, apparently porcelain is good, and having small tiles where you can have lots of grout stops them being slippy. We're not really planning on standing on these, but want the option just in case we want to shower with the toilet out without the board that we're going to put down. When I bought these, we had to make sure that they were suitable for floors and walls, so there's different grades. These are grade 3, which means they're pretty durable and hopefully not too heavy. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Okay, yes, the spaces are good. So I've got to figure out how high the drain needs to be. This part here I can cut down because I need it to be on a, I almost need it like, it's almost that low, it's not quite that low. So this needs to be cut quite a lot. Let's figure out how much. So what I have to do is mix up a little bit more adhesive. The guy said to do that and put that around here.
Okay.
But I need to, I guess, leave that bit because I got to get this out. And then build up the screed. I wanted to use this Marmux thing, this like slope drain, so we didn't have to screed, and now I've got a bloody screed anyway. It's annoying. It's not the plan. Alright, I'll show you. Well, I'm just about to put down the levelling compound around the drain hole. So what I've just done is I've just mixed up, this is just more of the tile adhesive. The guy said essentially to paint it on the bottom. So I've done that, and then I'm going to put this compound down. So this is Bostik UL Screed, and it's a levelling compound. I'm going to use this rendering float to get everything nice and even, and then hopefully let it to dry. My God, I hope this works, because the whole point, like I said, of using the Marmux was to avoid screeding, and I've just got this little bit of screeding to do, so should be alright. And then I watched the YouTube videos on how to put it in, but I was just like, it's wet sand, like really. So this is the final product. This is what I've come up with. I'm going to leave this to dry. Honestly, I'm going to leave it to dry. It says 3 hours until it's touch dry, but I think I mean we've got other jobs to do, so I'm going to leave it overnight, and I'll just give, this is $6 well spent, I just give everything a clean up. Good Friday evening. It's about 7 o'clock on a lovely summer Friday afternoon or evening, and I'm just going to show you the job that I am doing. I'm working on the shower at the moment. So what I've just been doing is I've just figured out the right, like cutting these down by cutting out, you know, a couple of lengths of tile. I've got to cut around, I'm going to do that right now, the drain piece so I can get those right. These little bits that I've cut, actually, if I can get that back up there, and sit perfectly in that space. And then I've cut this one to be the step as you walk in. I am trying really hard to avoid cutting with the wet saw. I don't know why I've hired it, I'm just not super confident. So if I can just cut things perfectly, or perfectly enough, that will do. And then I've got this very long piece of edging that will kind of hopefully hide a multitude of sins. So that's the plan at least. Hope it works. Friday night? Well, I used a wet saw to cut tiles. That's what I'm going to try and do. I've got these mosaic tiles. This is my test piece, just to check it all out. I'm going to do a 32mm cut, just to make sure that's going to work, because I think that's the right measurement for the edge, the top edge. Safety first, always. And if so, that might be the answer to my prayers. Oh, it's perfect. Yes! Right, so this bit works. It's exactly how I want it to go. And I need 7, 35, 610, 610 of that size. After a lot of prep and measurement and faffing around, I'm ready now to put down the tile adhesive and get these tiles in place. I'm going to start with the bottom and then the sides, and then once we've got those in place, we'll just do the part that's at the top. Got these little spaces just to make sure everything's just tickety-boo. But I'm going to start with the adhesive. I wasn't sure quite how much to measure up to make up, so I've just made a bunch.
Well, we've got plenty of heaps of products, so
yeah. Next step is to get the tile in. So what I'm going to do is, carefully, we're just, oh god, I've got stuff on my face. How did that happen? We've just kind of finished laying all the adhesive and getting the tiles in place, so I'll move out of the way so you can see. Kind of our evaluation is it's sufficient, it will do the job, and we wish we didn't have to tile. It's so hard. I've never tiled anything. That's not true. When I was a brownie, when I was about 9, we made tiled pot stands for our families for Christmas. So I have tiled, but this was hard with, I guess, the 3-dimensional, the fact we went up, up and across, and then just trying to get this edging on, which I think looks good and does tidy it all up. But we will pick you up again tomorrow. I'm going to go wash my face and my hands, and I've made a mess. Daryl's lost some blood, I think, somewhere in this process of nipping stuff. But we'll pick you up again tomorrow when we grout it. Good Sunday morning. I'm back in my sticky clothes, I guess, because I've got one sticky job left to do in the shower today, and that is grout. So I've picked up this white grout. I'm just going to mix it up. I'm going to do a smallish batch, like probably maybe 500 grams. So it's a 2-kilo bag, so maybe 2 cups, and then it's a mix of 1 to 4 for water. So I've got my water ready to go. I've got my bucket that's all clean, and then I mix it up so it's like a toothpaste consistency, and and then I'm going to get it in the van. So that's me for this morning. I've just been sitting on the floor playing with the grout, and I'll show you the job. I think it's finished. So it's done. It looks better with grout in it than it does with grout not in it. These little black bits are where some of the adhesive is showing. I taped off the drain just so I could grout around it. So that looks alright. I think it looks okay. I was saying to Darryl, oh, I think I'm going to give this a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. Isn't it done? It's done by an amateur. It clearly is done by an amateur, but it's done. It doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look great. And the main thing I think is that it's going to work. So this one, you would have seen several bathroom videos ago and several videos ago, we'd always intended to put down a like a purchased shower tray and kind of built the van all around it. Then when we realised that wasn't going to work because the drain hole didn't work, then we realised we had some options, and building our own showers meant that we can have more space for the sofa and the pantry and just kind of more usable space. But it's taken a lot, and we're still going, and it's cost a lot. So I'm not actually sure if I would recommend this process. If you're an experienced tiler and you've got the right tools, maybe I should have done what Darryl said the other day and just hired someone. Maybe I'm hoping that the trade-off of the extra bit of space and getting, you know, as much out of the van as we can is worth it. Right now, I would say I'm iffy about whether I'd recommend. It has cost us, maybe it's about the same price for the shower tray as a pre-formatted one, but it's taken so long. So maybe that's just the trade-off. Some things are fast, some things aren't. I'm going to let you go now. I'll pick you up again when Darryl is sorting out the liner for the wall. So we've got to let this grout dry for at least a day. And then we'll be lining the ceiling with acrylic and then lining the walls. And then that's it for the inside of the shower. Darryl, do you want to tell the people of the internet what you're doing?
Well, we've got our ceiling for our wet room, so I'm just going to apply this to it. Just lines of it as per manufacturer's instructions, of course. Then put up in the ceiling. Then Megan and I are then going to brace it up against the from the floor with some bracing timber. History would tell us if we did this wrong.
It's going to be so good to have this white rather than splodgy, and then all these can get white too. Careful treatment of the floor. And the verdict? Oh! Aiming for perfection. It's a difference between us. I just aim for completion. Look.
Thanks.
Oh, he means business.
So the plan is, geez, it's really late. It's past 10 o'clock at night now.
10:26.
But we really need to get these sheets up. Just get them up. Rest are just taking too much time. So I've cleaned the back of the sheet here, so it's good to go. I've peeled a little bit back of the masking at the front. So what I'm going to do next is pop the seal on this here and put it on the back wall of this of the sheet. Then once we've got a sufficient amount, and I'm not going to be cheap on this. I'm going to go a little bit crazy. I've got this whole tube for 2 walls that are only about.
Don't you have that whole tube for 2 walls plus a back wall plus a side wall plus a
Nah, I'm going to use this whole wall for this whole tube for 2 walls. So yeah, so I'm going to put the first one on the wall, put this up, then I'm going to put this onto the opposing wall, put the other one up, and then brace them up. Right, I'm going to do something a little bit different, a little bit crazy. I've got this acrylic ABS sheet here, and my trick is what I want to do is I want to bend it. So I've got this heat gun here. I'm going to start heating up the edge, and once it starts to become malleable, I'm going to turn off the gun and quickly dash into the shower, and Megan's going to come behind me, and I'm going to put the sheet up there to get the bend in the wall, and Megan's going to put these sticks up right onto it, so as it cools it's going to keep that shape. So as always, wish me luck.
how you want it to be.
Yeah, about that.
About that or that?
Oh,
Maybe just head up that corner.
yeah.
So that's about step 3 of this multi-stage project completed. In our next video, we're going to take you through how we then move on to plumbing the shower, and really the first step being drilling into the lining that we've just put up. Building the shower from scratch is not easy, and I'm so proud what we've achieved. And in future videos, you'll be able to see the trials and tribulations as we plumb the shower, and then of course test to see if it works. If you are enjoying these videos, please make sure that you give them a like, and it would be great if you could subscribe as well. We are trying just to share our journey, and the more people who know about it, the better. Until next time, ka kite.